We're going to cover the key components of the ICM user graphical interface. We're going to use an example with PDB 60IM. We go to the search tab and then click the binoculars button, and that loads it. If we expand here, we can see this is a KRAS GTPase. So why are we looking at this? So KRAS has a role as a molecular switch. In its healthy system, KRAS cycles between two distinct states, an active and GTP-bound state. If we want to see the GTP molecule, we can see it here. It's also orange, so it's orange, coloured orange here, and the GTP is here. However, when the KRAS encounters a mutation, the cycle between inactive GDP-bound state and signalling is broken. The specific mutation impairs the protein's intrinsic GTPase activity, and essentially it loses its ability to turn off. This traps the KRAS in the active state. So there have been a number of different therapeutics that have been designed recently for this mutation. And you can see here we have Sotorasib bound, the yellow molecule. Here we can zoom in. So if we make a selection, we can just double click here, and you see it's selected blue and yellow, green crosses here on the drug. And we can zoom in and we display Sotorasib. It's a covalent inhibitor which directly targets the mutation. The mutation is this glycine to cysteine. If we want to display that, we can just, I'm going to close these just for clarity. I'm going to select the residue selection button here and then click on the cysteine here. See, it's labelled it. We may want to improve the labels, so go to display, you go to the up button to make the label bigger, click and hold on the button, we can choose a colour. I'm just going to choose black for this. So this is cysteine 12. We may want to look at some hydrogen bonding and colouring the binding pocket. So to do that, we can convert this PDB into an ICM object. Let's do that. So right click, just going to get rid of these selections. So if you click on this button, it removes any selections here. So we right click on the ICM object in the PDB in the ICM workspace, choose convert PDB. I'm just going to keep tight waters. Those are generally making 3 or more hydrogen bonds with the ligand and the receptor. We're adding hydrogens, we're optimizing asparaginins and glutamines, and proteinaceous state of histidines, and the tautomeric state of the histidine. We're going to replace the original, which means it overwrites the X-ray structure. We're adding hide missing side chains and predict the formal charge, so go OK. So now you can see it says ICM here, so it's an ICM object. If we want to rotate the structure, we can use the default rotate mode here. There's buttons for translate across the screen, or zoom in, or Z rotation. But the most convenient way to manipulate the structure is to use the rotate mode. So click here, and then use the defined regions on the side of the graphics panel, just using your left mouse button. So this part of the screen, you see if I go from cursor to zoom, you can zoom in and out on this side. The top is devoted to Z rotation, the bottom is devoted to movement, translate it across the screen. I'm just going to close the terminal window just for clarity. And on the right hand side we have the clipping planes, which you can can be used with surfaces, which we'll show later. But if you do find your structure to be clipped in any way, you can just unclip using this button here. Let's zoom in onto the ligand again. So we double click on the ligand and zoom here. It'd be nice just to see the key interactions between the drug and the ligand. First, I want to change the colouring of the drug. So, I'm going to first go to right-click on the drug and choose Display Pocket and Ligand Pocket Interactions. Zoom again to the ligand. We could do things like change the colour of the stick, maybe of the ligand. If we click and hold on the stick, you see this button. Everything's going to be related to this selection. So colour C, colour the carbons by colour them green. We may want to undisplay some molecules. We don't want to see the GDP, so we can just click undisplay here. And there's a magnesium atom here that we can just toggle on and off, but we're not interested. I might just also undisplay all the waters as well. Again, if we go center, that will display the ligand. Let's remove the selection. We have these green crosses. I'm just going to remove the selection, go back to this clear selection. Or you can right click and drag in white space to clear. I'm just going to make a slide of this molecule. So you see the slide here. This is good because if we zoom out or we change any colouring or anything like that, we can just double click on the slide and it takes us back to exactly what we had before. You see we have a hydrogen bond here with the drug and this lysine. We have the covalent bond here. If you want to increase the size of the display of the hydrogen bonds, you can click on the plus and minuses and you see that the hydrogen bond is shown. You can also show pi-pi interactions or pi-cation interaction. Just click here and you see we have key interaction here between this arginine 68 and these regions of the ligand. We can make another slide of that if we wanted to. You could right click and drag in this region to select it and center and make another slide. Now we have two slides and we can toggle between those two slides depending on what we want to show. So there's a key loop that comes in and out of this pocket into the closed and open state. If we wanted to highlight that loop, we could expand the A chain here and you can see the sequence. And that loop goes from residue 58 here through to residue 65. So this is coloured, the red is a helix, green is beta sheet, and anything that's like a loop will be just greyed and no colour underneath. So we selected this loop. And we could just colour that magenta if we wanted to, just to highlight that loop. Again, remove the graphical selection, and we can make another slide, or just zoom out a little bit so we can clearly see that loop and how it interacts with the ligand. So just make a slide here. We may also want to look at the pocket surface. And then we can right click on the ligand again, so display pocket and say ligand surface. That will display the ligand surface. This will, if you use the 3D ligand editor, it's a useful tool because you can see where there is space to build. Alternatively, the opposite colouring to that, you can undisplay it using the meshes button here. You can undisplay it by right clicking on the ligand again and choosing display pocket and choose receptor pocket mesh. That displays the pocket coloured by binding property. So blue is hydrogen bond donor, red is hydrogen bond acceptor, and the green surface is hydrophobic and white is lipophilic. You can zoom in and out of that like that. We could make a slide of that if we wanted to, add it to our list of slides here. It might be also sometimes useful to look at the 2D interaction map of the ligand. You can do this by right clicking on the ligand, choose choose tools, and then ligand 2D diagram. There's some different options here, but just by go default, and you'll get this 2D interaction diagram. You can make your window a little bit bigger here by dragging. You can see the interactions, and there's a legend here, what pi-pi bonds, hydrogen bonds, and other interactions are listed here. So it'd be nice to see the structure, this loop, and see how it looks in the open state without the ligand. So we could read in another PDB. We go to search, choose the other another structure with the PDB code 4OBE. Click the binoculars, and the structure is displayed. So it has A chain, B chain. We can just undisplay the B chain GDP. There's no ligand bound to this apart from GDP. And we can display the original structure we were looking at. It's going to undisplay the residues. So to superimpose these two structures, we double click on one chain, hold Command or on the Mac or Control on the Windows or Linux, and you make two selections. You go to the Display tab, click on the Superimpose button here, choose which one you want to be static. I'm just choosing the original PDB 6OIM, and you can see it's superimposed. If we go back to that loop region, we could select that loop region to center on it if we wanted to here. And we could select the same loop for OBE, which is this region. We can color it a different color, so you can easily see the differences between the two structures. With the ligand bound, this loop moves in, makes a very nice pocket for this covalent inhibitor. Thank you.